Oh, look, I am the chosen one. Well, so I decided to make one video public per week. So if you're in my group and in my programs, you get 7 videos a week, or you get more content. But I wanted to give everyone this, mostly so you can see my face because it's so beautiful. But we're going to talk about spontaneous creation in this video. And it's my favorite thing. I love this. I love when you're meditating, you're in a state, you're in flow, and this idea pops. It's literally like you spontaneously pull out this golden nugget out of your head or whatever it comes from. I don't even know. And it's so amazing. And this is a way you create. So the best creators that I know of and the teachers that help me create, and what I've realized is the more I'm in the moment, the better I create. The more I get to where I want to go. And I'm not having intentions about what you want. I want to be this, or I want to be a writer or whatever. Great. I have those intentions. But being in the moment and creating from that space will get you farther than ever anything else. So what we do is we set out intentions and then we live in the moment. And so what that means is things create spontaneously, right? Instead of thinking and researching about what to do, get in a high vibration by painting or meditating or running or going outside, and those ideas will just pop in your head from that state, right? You create a high vibrational spiral or vortex or just being, right? Happy people are better at creating. So this is are more productive, get more things done, all these different things. So from that state of happiness, because we're in the moment, there's no faster way of getting happy than being in the moment. What steals our happiness always is thinking of the future or past, right? And it doesn't mean you don't do that, but if you're flowing, right, the habits, you forget about time. You're not thinking about your bills when you're doing something you really love, right? And that's why we want to do more of those things. So what we do each day, and this is a Kyle Cease thing I'm stealing, is we do as many things that are tens, things that get us excited, things that get us in the moment. And this is also a positive psychology thing, where if you love painting, if you love drawing, if you love writing, whatever it is, we do those things that we enjoy that gets us in the moment. We follow that excitement. And by being in that excited energy, ideas pop in. And it might have nothing to do with the thing you're doing, right? You might be painting and something will come in your head like, work Saturday night, you'll make a bunch of money. And then you work that night and you make a bunch of money, right? It might be something totally out of the blue. And the ideas will pop in your head and they'll feel really good. And that's when you act on them. And it doesn't mean you act on every idea. Sometimes you just have ideas and it's fun and it's never going to come to fruition. But you're an infinite source of ideas and spontaneous creation. So I love this idea that not how much money in your bank account is how rich you are. It's how much you can create in the moment. So there's some people that could have no money tomorrow and create $1 million. Because they're so creative, right? They can bring an idea through always. They're a source of creation. And that's where you want to get to. And you don't have a bunch of stuff. You want to be a source, a fountain of creation. And you do this by meditating. You do this by doing things you love. You do this by being in the flow, creating what you want, setting intentions. And that's how you spontaneously create. Because you don't want to know what's coming. It'll just come in the moment. We want to know the end, right? We basically, most people live this life, and I've done this too. We're watching a movie, we want to know the end. So we're like, the movie of our life goes, move to California, whatever. It might say that in your head, and it feels really good. And then you're like, well, but I need to get a job. What job am I going to have in California? And the movie is like, well, you're not going to get the job until you move to California. It's much easier to get a job when you live somewhere, by the way, than far away. I've never done that before. But it's telling you the next step of the movie, right? And then the next part of the movie will come once you do the next step. But most people don't even take the next step. They want to know the end of the movie before they live out the movie. And if you ever watched a movie, the character evolves throughout the movie, and that's what creates the ending. You wouldn't be able to get to the end if you didn't do the first step, right? If Frodo never left the Shire, he couldn't have had all those events. He had to take the first step, which is leading the Shire. And then he met the elves, and then he was blah, 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 right? You got to take the first step. And that's what so many people don't do. They never take the first step because they want to know the end. And you're not going to know the end until you take the step. Stop thinking you're going to know what's going to happen. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you have intuitive hits. But really, you got to jump in the water before you can feel the temperature of it, right? tip your finger in the water, you kind of know what it's like, but really until you jump in the pool, you don't know what it's like. So we have to spontaneously create and go for it and make decisions and change on the fly and just that energy. And from that space, that energy of spontaneity, we can create new. You can create something new. You can't create anything new from a place of already knowing. If you knew what the thing was going to be in the end, you couldn't create it. You have a vision, but it's going to change, and you got to jump in and do it. So we spontaneously get in this state, then we can create something, right? Like I've created everything from a spontaneous place. I make decisions on a whim. I take risks. I trust my gut. It's got me so much farther than thinking things through. And I'm not saying not make logical decisions, but we're so imbalanced that we have to start listening to our heart and our gut. Our bodies are smarter. My quote is always, my body is always smarter than me, and me is the mind. But it's just like a way of me knowing, like my body knows what's best. If I'm tired, I stay in, I don't go out. Like my body, I listen to this, not to this. This will say, go out, it's going to be fun, you're going to miss out. And your body's like, oh my God, I'm sick. You know, people push through colds because they're listening to their mind, not their body. And that's what you do. So spontaneously create, be in the moment, have fun with it. And I'll see you next time.